Wobbling thanking for you there, and that's called In the Groove. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jody. What I wanted to ask, and you started to tell me about, was sounds, music. So electronics from the FAB LAB. How does that result in sound that we could use here?
Raspberry Pis can be used in all sorts of interesting ways, and Simon Belshaw, a member of the library staff, has been instrumental in getting some of our Raspberry Pi jams off the ground. And in his other life outside the library, he does a fantastic thing with the Raspberry Pis, using them to generate music. And I don't mean just Mickey Mouse music. This is high quality musical scores which have been played on Radio 3 and have been commissioned by orchestras, and so there's a real link there. And what Simon's doing is really getting back to basics, using a tiny computer the size of a credit card that he's programmed to generate signals which are translated into sound, and so you are only limited by your imagination.
Well, that is fairly brilliant.
Yeah, can we bring him in?
Definitely.
Yeah, that's no problem. I'm sure Simon would be keen to get involved.
No, this is going to work really well. Because if we can we can try what we can broadcast using the technology in the library. But given that you're prepared to come down here to the studio,
you're only next door
as a backup. Yeah, this seems to be working at the moment.
I'm sure we can work something out.
We could try things out, and if it works, that's fine. And if not, we'll bring you down here again.
Yeah, no problem.
So that's going to be fine. Tell us a bit about the business end of it, because there's also a business and information hub in the building.
That's right. Yeah, we are one of 15 libraries across the UK that form part of the Enterprising Libraries programme. We have received funding, very gratefully received funding from the Arts Council, and we've been working with the Library of Birmingham and also support from the British Library, who've got a great deal of expertise in this. And we have been pulling together expertise and knowledge around business support, so that as a startup or a pre-startup or an entrepreneur, we want you to be able to, in due course, walk into the library and be able to receive impartial information and signposting to the relevant business support that's available. There is quite a lot of business support around, but it's quite hard to find out what you're eligible for or what's available. So we're working with our partners. We don't want to duplicate what is already out there, but we're working with our partners to coordinate some of that existing support so that they can deliver it from the library. We're also training our staff so that they are able to answer questions about enterprise and around intellectual property rights. This is an often neglected part of small businesses when they start up. What is the value of their intellectual property, their copyright, their trademarks, their patents, their registered designs? So we're developing knowledge and skill within our staff so they can advise startups and businesses about what they need to know about. We've also done a whole load of other things. We've got a load of events coming. You can go to devon.gov.uk/ECL development. It's a bit of a mouthful, but Exeter Central Library Development. Come into the library, you can get a full list of some of the events that are coming out, and we're doing live webcasts with the British Library and a range of other interesting things. We've also refreshed our electronic resources, so we've got a subscription to the Cobra database and the Mint database, which provide a wealth of information that businesses and startups would find useful. I can go on. We've also refreshed the book stock so that there's a really great resource in there, a range of information leaflets specific to different sectors.
And you've got meeting rooms as well.
Yeah, so there's bookable meeting rooms. You've seen the standard. They're very high standard space, and we've got about 4 meeting rooms that will hold up to 20. And then we've also got what used to be the music room is now the Rougemont room, and that will seat up to 100, either theatre style or cabaret style. And it's a very smart venue right in the heart of Exeter.
And the other thing you mentioned was the Wi-Fi, because you've got 200 meg line. Is that right, for the building?
I think there's 200 meg coming into the building as a whole. There's free Wi-Fi throughout the building. And there's quiet space, so if you want to come in and work a couple of hours, there's no charge. The Wi-Fi is free. We've got good coffee downstairs. We've got bookable meeting rooms. We've got business support. We're really trying to pull it all together and create what I think is a compelling offer. The idea is, if you've got a product you want to develop, you can come and get your business support, get your intellectual property sorted out, go and prototype it in the FAB Lab. And then we've got great connections to our partners at the University of Exeter, the Manufacturing Advisory Service, or Exeter College. So we can signpost you on your journey to take your new business idea or your product to market. And I think that's a really exciting offer.
Well, it sounds fantastic to us, Tom. Well, I mean, here in this studio, if there's Wi-Fi there and there's coffee there, and
Come on over.
there's a bit of technology, we ought to be able to create bits of MP3 that we can use on the programme.
Be great, no problems.
And if you're prepared to come back here again, that's a fallback as well.
No problem, very happy to do that.
So I'm really glad that you spared the time of day to come here. And I'm going to say goodbye from us now and let JD carry on with the show.
You're very welcome.
Because we finish about 12. We have to start packing up at this point.
No, well, thanks for having me on. It's been good to talk.
Really glad you could come.
You're welcome.